Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Fedcast, coming to you from parts unknown. My name is Steve, and with me, of course, is
Justin. It's not Little Jimmy's favorite podcast anymore.
Oh shit, on a stick! It's just, dude, it's the Tuesday thing. It's throwing me the fuck off.
Full disclosure.
Yeah, we're recording on Tuesday just because, well, this doesn't exactly pay our bills since we're not making any money.
No.
So you have to work Thursday, so we're
I do.
recording today, Tuesday. And it's for the week of January 21st, which was fucking yesterday, so not much happened.
Well, stuff happened.
Stuff did happen, but, you know.
Oh no, we won't be able to look at NXT main event.
Yeah, nobody cares.
But, from what I read, it's interesting. We'll get into it next week.
Alright, fair enough. But yeah, so we're recording Tuesday, and yeah, I watched practically nothing, so...
A little bit of Impact.
A little bit of Impact.
Because of your schedule.
Yeah, and my schedule really ruined it all, and I can't watch Raw on Monday night, so I'm kind of screwed right now. So yeah, I didn't see that, but I did see some of TNA Impact, so I have that to talk about.
So unfortunate for you.
Unfortunately, yeah, of the one thing I could watch, I had to watch that shit, but you know, it is what it is. And if you remember last week, I was sick. I still kind of am, so there's going to be a lot of sniffling and potentially coughing. So I apologize in advance.
We have no editing software.
None whatsoever.
It's out.
Yeah.
It's all in one take.
So
for better or worse.
Yeah.
And we started with TNA, so it's worse.
Yeah. Well, it's the middle. It's not worse.
No. I like the ending.
Yeah.
But we have to get to the beginning to get to the ending. And the beginning started with Spike Dudley coming back.
Which was cool.
With Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a friend of mine, if he's listening, screw you, ruined Spike Dudley's return for me by sending me a text message just in caps, Spike Dudley. So when I saw him, I wasn't shocked.
Big return, like, oh
no,
my
but
God,
still, it would have been nice to, it would have been nice to just be like, holy shit, there's Spike Dudley. Somebody pulled up a rock, and there he was. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately,
coming in for his brother, quote unquote, wedding. So they were the groomsmen.
They were the extreme groomsmen,
extreme groomsmen.
That if I'm ever a groomsman, I'm going to be an extreme groomsman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how, I'm not sure where the credibility comes in, but I'm totally going to be one.
And they didn't bring anybody special in to be Brooke Hogan's bridesmaids. They just had random
knockouts
that were in the back going, hey, here's a pretty dress, put it on.
Pretty much.
All right.
Yeah, well, we'll get into...
So we're getting into the big wedding. This is the big wedding episode.
Yeah.
So, either way.
Yes.
We start with the second segment because TNA loves their segments.
Oh Jesus, did they ever? From what little I saw, man, holy crap! Segment after segment after segment.
There were 16 of them.
Jesus.
Anyways, starting with number 2, we're at number 2.
Yes.
So 2 of 16.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy and Bad Influence.
Uh-huh.
And the word of the day: butt puppets.
Yeah. I'd never heard that one before. That was new.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I got nothing really. It is what it is. I'm surprised The Rock didn't come up with it at some point, or more so Chris Jericho actually. Mm-hmm. But
they might have on a house show.
They probably did.
So basically, next week is going to be Chris Daniels versus Jeff Hardy for the world title.
Yes,
so obviously they have to have some sort of feud.
This is so fucking stupid. I mean, I understand that the wedding had to take precedence, but if the point of a match at a pay-per-view is to get the shot, shouldn't it be, if they're insisting on it being on Impact, wouldn't it be the next night, or I should say the next Thursday night?
Yeah.
So,
but this is TNA where they reach for the middle.
They do. So
logic doesn't really hold
just
precedent here.
It's so fucking idiotic. But whatever.
It led into a match.
It did.
It led into a tag match. Jeff Hardy and James Storm.
Yeah, I mean, and it was good.
Against Bad Influence. It was a solid match.
It is what it is.
I mean, solid match for TV. These guys are all solid workers.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you get these four in a ring, it's going to be decent. You know, you can't go wrong there.
They gave them time, too.
They did, which I found really weird. They gave them
like 15 minutes.
But again, I mean, the wedding, you got to assume it's because they needed
it's not
something.
Take too much time.
Yeah, and I think, and they really had nothing else from what I saw. I sort of skipped through.
There was 3 matches on the card.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
obviously you're going to give one match a big thing.
Yeah, and from what I saw of the rest of the matches, this was kind of the one worth it. So,
third segment.
Yeah,
there was a little pre-gut check with the 3 judges, Taz and Bruce Pritchard and El Snow talking.
Oh god, this was worse than I thought it would be.
Yeah, they were talking about how Jake Bradley performed and how Brian Cage performed and
but
whatever.
I mean, it's one of those things where I'm just like, it's sort of hard to, because it sort of tries to blur the line between, wrestling is real
kayfabe.
and, yeah.
Or kayfab.
What is it? Is it kayfabe?
No,
Kayfab?
it's kayfabe. Joseph Park is just trying to be funny.
Fair enough. So, yeah, they try to blur the line between kayfabe and shoot, and it literally, you start to think that this is, they're treating us with a little bit of respect and dropping the kayfabe and just saying,
right.
But then the next thing you know, fucking Taz comes out with, well, I don't know their names, so I'm not even going to try, but this guy won the match and that's all that matters. So I'm like, well, what the fuck? Pick one.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand what they were doing with it. It just seemed kind of idiotic.
So they were going to make their decision.
Yeah.
That's commercial break. They come back for the second pre-wedding segment where kayfabe.
Yes.
Joseph Park comes in with some Cubans, quote-unquote street legal.
Yes.
Cubans for Bully Ray and his extreme groomsmen. And of course bringing in the kayfabe because he's trying to be all hip with the lingo. And I really like this Joseph Park.
Oh, it's great. It's fucking hilarious.
He's so far the best thing in
He's
wrestling
the only thing they've got
this
right now.
year.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, it really
so
is.
far this year.
Yeah.
I love Raw, don't get me wrong, I love what they're doing.
Oh, sure, no,
WWE.
but this is fucking genius. Like, I enjoy seeing this.
Yeah, like this wrestler who's quote-unquote playing his brother.
Yeah.
His own brother who's not a wrestler, so it's so...
Hey, I like the multiple personality angle.
It's
I
crazy meta,
yeah.
and,
I've always liked multiple
and
personality
I've never
so.
seen it done like that before.
Not like that, no,
So,
never. I mean, they've never really quite, I mean, even the multiple personality thing, they've never really pulled off, per se.
Yeah.
I mean, they came close with a handful of things, like the Festus thing, things like that, but never full-on multiple personality.
Yeah.
But,
so,
yeah, no, it's cool.
anyways, after that segment, we get into Gut Check.
Yeah.
Where they both come down to the ring, Jay Bradley and Brian Cage.
Thank you. You only knew because you had it written down.
I don't have Brian Cage written down.
Oh, fuck you. Fine, make me look bad.
No, but Brian Cage was pretty much quickly dismissed out of the ring.
Very.
So Jay Bradley gave his little speech. It's funny that Taz said no, and while Jay Bradley was saying his speech...
Yeah.
He was saying it to Taz, and Taz was like, dude, I already said no, you gotta convince them.
Yeah,
and I don't even think that was, like, storyline. That was just shoot, like, hey, dude, I said no.
Yeah.
Talk to them.
It did look like it, it really
Bruce
did. But I didn't quite understand how it worked, right? Because they said it has to be unanimous, correct?
Yeah, if you get a no, you have 30 seconds to make the other guy say yes.
But that doesn't make any sense because they said it had to be fucking unanimous. Taz already said, go fuck yourself.
Well, unanimous, 2 out of 3 is unanimous.
Well, yeah, it is, but I don't know. It's not unanimous.
As far as they're concerned.
That's not unanimous.
I understand.
I was about to give that to you, but no, that's not fucking unanimous. No.
I understand, but for them, it's unanimous.
Oh, God, so, TNA, what the fuck?
Their idea of unanimous is 2 out of 3.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Once again, they're reaching for the middle. So Jay Bradley does get a yes.
He does.
So he's on the roster.
Yep.
But for what it's worth... Whenever we might never see him again. You never know.
We'll probably see him have 1 or 2 matches on Impact, but that's probably about it. I mean, as I say this, he could be getting a title push for all I fucking know. It is TNA after all.
We get into our second match. Finally, Christian York versus Kenny King.
Which, by the way, I got to say, I remember this specifically. This was about 30 minutes into the show. We're getting into our second match. What the fuck, dude?
They're going to be very segment heavy, I think.
Yeah,
which is fine. Whatever.
Yeah, they don't have 3 fucking hours.
Yeah,
man.
they don't,
and it's just not right.
So York and King have a solid X Division style match.
It was
hopping
good.
around, skipping around. King wins. He gets his heat back from the pay per view.
He tried,
and he's more of a heel. He's established himself as a full-on heel.
It's what I've been saying is that they're all listening to us because when I said he wasn't full-on heel, look what happens.
Right.
He starts stepping it up. So I'm just saying, they listen to me. What can I say?
Okay, so now we get into 7 segments in a row.
Here's where I didn't see.
Here's where it goes rapid fire.
Bang, bang. I didn't see any of this after that. I don't believe so. This is all. Actually, no, that's not true. But go on.
Yeah, we start with Bully Ray and Sting.
Yes, this I saw. Yeah.
Bully just tries to tell the Sting to convince Hogan to be at the wedding.
Yeah,
because he figures Brooke needs her father there. Like any daughter.
I mean, I haven't been watching. Obviously, we haven't been watching this whole time. I mentioned this last week. I don't remember when Sting and Hogan became such good friends. But
just because they're both vets.
I guess
both vets at WCW.
I guess.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Rudinaries, Bobby Rudinaries, obviously going to be establishing some of the tag team.
Thank God.
Obviously, more into the show we'll get to it. Hogan being Hogan, saying, I'm not going to the wedding, brother, I'm going to do the right thing.
We're skipping over my favorite part, where where literally the camera's chasing after Hogan.
Yeah, he's literally up behind the Hulk.
What is this, TMZ?
Yeah, like, I think I honestly think that's what they're.
Is that what they're going for? Because it doesn't make any sense that they're hunting him down. Dude, we know that that's part of the show. I know.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I got to say to you, TNA.
Another pre-wedding thing with Taz coming in saying, he's the best man. And, go get your suit on, Bully. What are you doing?
That was the thing. Like, Taz left the announce table to be the best man, which actually, storyline went kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I thought that was good. I mean, he's not really adding anything to commentary.
So when he left, I'm like, hey, man,
it's all good, man.
Be the best man every week. And
leave. You guys are on your own. Fucking A, man. Taz, go away. You can't talk.
So there you go. Sting and Hulk.
Yes.
Obviously getting into it.
See, I didn't see any of this shit.
Yeah, Sting just being like, hey man, you gotta be at the wedding, it's your daughter, whatever. Blah, 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 blah,
blah. Blah, blah. We all know what's gonna happen in the end. We all know what's gonna happen, so...
Actually, I was surprised at the ending.
Oh, no, not the very ending.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, walking her down the aisle.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I saw that coming. No, the ending shocked the shit out of me, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Gail and Tiffany just talking. I don't know.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
No. She's just like, hey, you got my match, you screwed up, and Tiffany's like, I'm sorry, but I'll call it down the middle tonight.
Sure.
Cool.
Awesome.
Pictures from Bully Ray's bachelor party with just him and these random, like, whores in New York. Like Aces and Eights rented out their stable for his bachelor
TNA does
party.
love their whores, man.
Like, they just pick these random women who just literally pay there to...
No, you were right the first time, whores. Come on now.
Yeah, I guess.
They're ring rats. You know they're ring rats.
Yeah. So, he had a bachelor party, quote-unquote.
Of course he did.
They obviously just took pictures with Glenn Ronalds, whatever. That led into the third match.
Yeah.
And the final match of the evening.
Jesus.
Gale versus Velvet Sky in a number one contenders match.
And that was your final match? Oh,
and Velvet Sky wins.
Yeah, not surprising.
Decent women's match, whatever.
Pigeons are coming out or some shit. I don't know.
Pigeons, luckily, Taz wasn't at commentary to bring up the pigeons. So.
Yeah, pigeons, seagulls. I don't fucking know.
13th segment.
Wombats.
Yeah.
What? The wombats are coming out.
Dixie and Brooke. Dixie's so happy and she's crying. And
wait, Dixie was there?
Yeah.
Really?
She was there, to be at ringside, to be with Brooke.
Sure, fair enough. Whatever. Hey, life is life.
Then we get into Aries and Rude in the ring, saying they object to everything. They object, and then Chavo and Hernandez come down. And
oh, no.
They object to their objection.
They're gonna...
And they get into a brawl.
That's where the feud starts. Yeah. Them as a tag team starts with... Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hate Chavo.
No, to be fair, they were, like, objecting to all the champions. So they didn't call out Chavo and Hernandez.
Yeah, I know,
but... Hardy and they called out
what I'm saying is that this is obviously going to be the first feud that this tag team has is with Hernandez and Chavo.
I have no problem with that.
I do have a problem with that.
Why? It gets the belts off Chavo and Hernandez and then they get off the TV.
Yes. Well, no, they won't get off the TV. That's the fucking problem. It means we're going to literally have to sit through... The obviously Rude and Aries. My God, I'm sorry, I'm off a little today. Rude and Aries are obviously going to go over at whatever time they decide to give them the belts, correct? Right. And then we're going to have to literally sit through Hernandez and Chavo getting rematch after rematch after rematch because they're not going to
get rematch after rematch.
I think they will.
We'll see.
Because who else are they going to go after?
There's other tag teams.
Who? Who's
another
face?
No, I mean, as in other tag teams, you're just going to throw two guys together and make a tag
there you
team.
go. Like, that's the problem. They don't... Just like WWE, they don't have any fucking tag teams.
Not true. WWE has way more tag teams than TNA has.
Yeah, but they don't have enough that they actually do anything with,
Yeah.
I mean, in WWE, you might as well call them no tag teams because they don't use any of them. They just put two guys together all the time, or they split up the one good tag team they have.
Right. Yeah. Either way. 15th segment. 15th segment. Yeah, buddy. Sting and Hogan, more talking at a desk. I always do the right thing,
This is where
brother.
I came in again.
And he's just like, whatever. You gotta be there, bro. You gotta be there, brother. Whatever. Blah, 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 blah. And then we get to the wedding, and here's where we'll actually talk about Impact. See?
Yeah.
All this stuff before...
sucked compared to...
garbage. That's why we... breezed through it in 14 minutes, like
which
it was nothing.
Not like usual, where we rip on it for
like
a long period of time.
Yeah, because this was the one good thing.
Yes, they did an excellent job with this.
Now the wedding was whatever.
But here's what I have to say: this is a little strange, and this is very nitpicky and stupid, but I noticed. Well, it didn't even bother me. It was just something strange. They took the ropes down.